Welcome to today's Explainer. We are diving into the foundations and evolution of physical education pedagogy. Now, I know pop culture often reduces this field to a cart full of dodgeballs, but we're going to explore how the profession has radically evolved. It's actually become a highly specialized, scientific, and profoundly impactful discipline. So, what does a PE teacher actually do? Take a second and think back to your own middle school gym class. We tend to reduce this whole profession to our childhood memories of climbing ropes or just running endless laps. Well, I'm asking you to reconsider the rigorous, modern role of a physical educator today. It requires a tremendous amount of strategy, empathy, and serious scientific knowledge.
Okay, let's dive into this. The contrast here is honestly pretty stark. The old view was purely sports, blowing whistles and rigid exercise routines. But the modern reality? It's vastly different. Today's physical educators maintain a holistic focus on physical, mental, and social development. We've moved way beyond the dodgeball days. Modern PE is all about teaching nutrition, supporting mental health, and building resilience that students are going to carry with them for the rest of their lives.
Here's a quick roadmap for our explainer, just so you know exactly how we're going to journey from pedagogical theory to concrete career steps. First, beyond whistles and dodgeball. Second, PE across grade levels. Third, real-world teaching challenges. Fourth, building a PE career. And finally, the future of wellness. All right, let's kick things off with Section 1, Beyond Whistles and Dodgeball, the Holistic Educator.
Today's teaching is built on a really cool foundational blend of kinesiology, which is the study of human movement, and incredibly innovative teaching strategies that reach way past traditional games. The role has literally expanded right out of the gym doors. Physical educators are out there fostering lifelong health habits. They're teaching absolutely crucial lessons on nutrition and mental health, right alongside promoting teamwork and resilience. Plus, integrating fitness technology and wilderness education is a massive part of this now. These educators are using cutting-edge tools and outdoor environments to shape overall well-being, keeping students engaged in an increasingly digital world.
Moving right along to Section 2, PE across grade levels, a developmental approach.
You know, a PE teacher's strategy isn't static. It has to adapt significantly as students grow from young kids taking their first coordinated steps into young adults getting ready to graduate. And this brilliantly illustrates that progression. In elementary school, the focus is on fun, foundational motor skills, running, jumping, throwing, usually taught through games like tag or relay races to build early coordination and social interaction. Move up to middle school and the strategy completely shifts to structured sports and teamwork like basketball or soccer, where collaboration and perseverance become key. Finally, up in high school, we see advanced electives. Students are actually offered yoga, aerobics, or weight training. These are activities tailored to diverse interests that help them establish lifelong adult fitness habits.
Now let's turn to Section 3, Real-World Teaching Challenges, Navigating the Modern Gym. As beautifully structured as that curriculum sounds on paper, the reality of the gym floor brings some very real friction and hurdles that educators face every single day. Class management is incredibly complex when you're dealing with such diverse physical and behavioral needs out in a wide-open space. Furthermore, educators have to actively work to overcome marginalization. Research shows us that students with lower physical ability, those who are overweight, or those who challenge traditional gender norms in sports, well, they often feel marginalized or isolated in PE classes. Creating an inclusive atmosphere where every single student feels respected and valued is a massive, ongoing challenge. And then, there's the friction of balancing the dual roles of teacher and coach.
Let's unpack that last point because it's a major source of professional tension. There is a distinct conflict between the teacher and the coach. The teacher prioritizes inclusivity, broad skill development, and diverse participation across the entire student body. The coach, on the other hand, is tasked with the demanding preparation required for competitive, specialized team play. So the crucial point is the delicate time management and priority balance required when an educator acts as both an inclusive daytime teacher and a highly competitive after-school coach. To address these biases and challenges, modern educators turn to very specific pedagogical strategies. One primary solution is a concept called Teaching Games for Understanding. This is a program that emphasizes strategic thinking and social interaction way over pure athletic competition. By prioritizing cooperative problem solving over simply who can run the fastest or throw the furthest, teachers create a level playing field. It successfully overcomes class bias and ensures everyone is actually engaged.
Which brings us to Section 4, Building a PE Career, Your Path Forward.
If you're feeling inspired to enter this rigorous and rewarding profession, let's transition from the theory side over to the actionable career steps you'd need to take. Step 1 is a bachelor's degree. And no, this isn't just playing sports. It involves heavy, rigorous scientific coursework like kinesiology, anatomy, physiology, biomechanics, and pedagogy. Step 2 is securing state certification, which requires passing specific subject exams and completing a hands-on teaching practicum in public schools. And Step 3 involves continuing education and advanced degrees. Lots of states require this to periodically update certifications, and it opens doors to specialized leadership roles.
One of those really amazing, advanced, specialized roles is adapted physical education. This is a teaching field entirely focused on modifying activities specifically for students with physical mobility impairments or cognitive disabilities. I wanted to spotlight this growing specialization because it shows how educators can pursue advanced degrees to ensure true, uncompromising inclusivity for every single student in the school system.
If you're considering this path, you definitely need to know the hard data regarding career stability. The median annual salary for high school teachers was $62,870 as of May 2023. Now, while this obviously varies based on location and experience, pursuing those advanced certifications we were just talking about often qualifies educators for much higher salary brackets.
And right on the heels of that, there's a steady 4% projected job growth for high school teachers from 2022 to 2032, according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics. The demand for qualified physical educators remains incredibly steady, reinforcing the reliable, long-term outlook of this field.
Finally, let's explore Section 5, the future of wellness, beyond the gymnasia.
As society faces growing concerns about things like childhood obesity and increasingly sedentary lifestyles, PE teachers are stepping into school-wide leadership roles to combat these modern health crises head-on. For example, they're now leading movement breaks right inside standard academic classrooms to help kids stay active and focused throughout the school day. They're driving massive national initiatives like Let's Move Active Schools to improve overall school health policies. And for those transitioning into higher education, they are heavily involved in researching exercise science and public health. They are, quite literally, the engine of wellness for the entire school environment.
This quote right here really just perfectly sums up the core narrative of our explainer today. By promoting active lifestyles, advocating for inclusivity, and addressing mental health right alongside physical fitness, these dedicated professionals are shaping the next generation's approach to well-being and contributing to a healthier, more active society. Their societal impact is just massive, and it's lasting.
So, I want to leave you with this final, provocative thought. How will you step up to shape the future of holistic student health? Whether you're considering a career in physical education or you're simply looking to advocate for better wellness programs in your own community schools, understanding the incredible evolution and scientific depth of this profession is the very first step. Thanks for joining me on this explainer, and as always, keep learning.